Hi, I'm Gabriela Cortez, Show Me the Way practitioner and continuous student. Hi, and welcome to your final week of your Show Me the Way online course. Very exciting. Today, for your last session, have your entire kit with you, and also make sure you print out a fresh, blank new spider model. And if you have it handy as a little extra bonus, make sure you have your own copy of the Book of Tao with you. Let's get started. Okay, so this is it, the final week, your very last session on your online Show Me the Way course. Now, you could be either at week 9 or week 12. We had said in the previous video that some of you may choose to wrap this up week 9. However, for most of you, and we would highly suggest for most of you, that you would have worked all the way up until week 12, working through various receiving mode cycles, because that's really where all the show me work comes into. That's how you really exercise your kind of like brain muscles. So if you're fairly confident, you're at week 9 and you want to wrap this all up, welcome. However, if you feel like there might still be a little bit of work to do, there's maybe that itching kind of question, maybe you feel you haven't completely come close to your show me vision or maybe understand things very well, I suggest you kind of like keep going until you hit week 12 and come back here. A little note I wanted to mention, something I didn't say before, that a lot of times there's a lot of messages that you will see here, and there are some individuals who kind of choose to see the messages as an outward message. Like if there's a message saying, like mine says, when I'm devoted to my acting service, sometimes we'll think, oh, service, what I serve towards other. Or sometimes where there's words in anger and compassion, a lot of people think anger towards others, anger towards outside elements. A kind of note I want to make here is when you have been doing your sentences, remember that all this is working towards your vision, which means towards your own betterment, your own self. So whenever you see messages like this, try to internalize the question rather than externalize it. So like when I say, when I'm devoted to my acting service, rather than thinking my service towards others, I think about the service towards myself. Or when I think about my sentence within anger and compassion, I think less about the anger towards others and outside situations, and maybe then anger towards myself. After all, in this element, which is the wood element, it's actually directly linked to the inner child. And so if it's going to be about the inner child, it's probably something that's going to be more a message inwards to myself and less outwards. We didn't speak much about the elements and what they mean throughout this online course. This is kind of like a general way to work with the online course. There will be other more in-depth videos that will be coming up that are going to be explaining that in detail if that's what you would like to do, which we will offer separately through Show Me. That being said, if you are ready and you're here to finish and wrap it all up, let's get to it. So what you're going to do today is we're going to take our emotions map and just kind of put it aside for now. And we can bring in our new spider map. We don't necessarily have to keep this here, but definitely keep it handy on the side. What I am going to ask you to do is to pick up your picture cards, and I want you to think about how you feel right now. Don't try to think too much about everything you had going on with your previous spider or emotions. Just think about how you feel in this moment, right now, today. How do you feel? What's coming up? And I want you to go through the picture cards one by one and just pick a card that kind of relates or connects to how you're feeling right now without overthinking it too much. Maybe you'll have like a couple that'll come up and you'll need to think about them or compare them. But just think about this moment, how you feel today. So to continue using me as an example, I've picked this card, number 25. So I'm going to put these aside. Now, I'm not going to look for the word card yet. I'm not going to pay any attention to what the word is and what this card means. I'm just going to look at this card. Maybe I can make a little note on my new spider model. Card number 25. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at your card. You're just going to take a look. See what's in the card. What's the story here? What is it you see? What's going on? How does it connect to how you feel? And once you get a kind of an idea of what this card means to you, like a title or a story, take your answer and write it in your new spider model, and you're going to write it under situation number 1. So looking at this card, the kind of story, astronaut, kind of like on a path, on a journey. This seems like kind of like an unrealistic situation here, you know. I mean, I've never heard of Lady Liberty up on a mountain, but it seems like it's there, like a dream, you know. So it's like someone on the way to a dream, but he's got like this protective gear against the elements. I don't know why, but the title Protected Dreamer is coming up. So I'm going to put Protected Dreamer in my situation. Okay. And now we're going to think about our perception of that, or perception of kind of like the situation right now. You know, I relate to this. I mean, that's the reason why I picked out this card, right? Because I related to it. I see myself in this card. I actually see myself as a protected dreamer. So what's my perception on that? What does it mean? What is the situation here? Like, what exactly is happening? And remember, we want to think about what's my perception of the situation that has a slightly kind of, don't want to say negative feel, but it's a negative feel. So to me, I want to say I'm on my way to my dreams, but I'm still protecting myself. So I'm going to put that in my perception. So now I'm going to write my emotions about that perception of the situation. How do I feel about it? How do I feel about the fact that I'm on my way to my dreams, but I'm still protecting myself? Well, I'm fearful. You know, I'm in a self-protection mode. I'm in a survivor mode, which is not exactly a positive emotion, because to survive is not the same to live. It's kind of like a fight or flight kind of energy. It's a very anxious energy. So, you know, my emotions are fearful, self-protective in a kind of negative way, survival mode, with kind of anxiety. Okay. And now I'm going to write what my response is to that emotion. What happens when I'm working towards my dreams and I'm fearful, self-protective, I'm in survival mode, and I've got anxiety? So a response would be, let's see, every time I have a project, I keep hitting the brakes sometimes, and I don't exactly move forward the way I want to in a fluid and kind of effective way. I just kind of like, I start to work and then I just stop because I start getting really fearful, and that just gets in the way. So I keep hitting my brakes, not moving forward in an effective or fluid way. Okay. So again, You have your card, you gave it a title, you wrote your perception on your current situation, which we hope connects to your card because that's why you picked your card. It represents how you feel now, your emotions, and your response to the situation. So now we're going to tell a story, the story about whatever this individual is or energy. We're going to do it in the order of 1, 2, 3, 4, starting with Once Upon a Time. It's very similar to week 1, as you can tell. So once upon a time, there was a protected dreamer on her way towards her dreams, but she was still protecting herself. She felt fearful, very self-protective, was on survival mode, full of anxiety, and kept hitting the brakes. She was not moving forward in an effective or fluid way. Okay, so that's my story. And now when I look at number 5, I'm going to give this individual a title. This energy, your person. Mine's a person. And I kind of like the card I picked out of this little space traveler. I kind of imagine myself in this little space traveling suit. And I really don't like space. I'm very scared of space in general. But I envisioned that as the idea of this person, as a space traveler, but a scared space traveler, kind of scared to move forward. So I think the title for my number 5 is The Scared Space Traveler. Not a very exciting movie title, I imagine. But that's how I feel for my number 5. So that is my first ID. And that will be your first ID. So now, guess what we're going to do? Same as week 1. We're going to skip over 6 first, and let's go to 7. Now, I'm going to start thinking about what it is I like about this situation. About, the protective dreamer and going for dreams and all that. What's the good? What's the good of this? The good thing is that I may be scared of my dreams, but I actually can see my dreams. Before, I didn't know what my dreams were. Now I know what my dreams are. Like I personally know the kind of dreams I want to have, and I can see them. It's just my fear's in the way. And so the good thing is that I can see my dreams. My dreams are clear to me. So I'm going to put that in my perception, in my glass half full section. I can see my dreams clearly. Again, excuse my writing. Okay, so that's the number 7, my positive perception. Now I can go to number 6, the show me situation. My vision. What is the ultimate of what I want to see? Beyond I can see my dreams clearly. What is that ultimate vision to get from here to there, to go beyond the fears and beyond the kind of protection? What is it that I want? What is my vision? What is my dream? To me, it would be that I want to see my dreams fulfilled. For me, this is how I feel. My vision would be with my dream. I want to fulfill my dreams, but kind of like the picture I see here. This is why it's really good to have your card with your picture. Sometimes the card will tell you a lot about what it is you're looking for. This person wants to get to their dreams, but there's a whole kind of journey. And I kind of want that for myself. I want to see myself not only get to my dreams, but kind of be able to look back and see my little footprints in the snow to see exactly how hard I worked to get there. So to me, my situation for kind of the vision of what I want for myself is my dreams fulfilled and see the work I did to get there, and to let go of the fear. So I'm going to put that in. So now we can move to number 8, which is always really fun, the emotions of how I would feel in that situation. I think I would feel such joy and satisfaction of a job well done. Really, kind of like when you go to the gym and you get out and you notice that you're sweating and your body is sore and you're exhausted. And on one hand, it doesn't feel pleasant. And yet at the same time, it feels so good because you're like, wow, I got something done. And that's kind of what I want to feel. So joy and satisfaction of a job well done. Okay. And what would my response be? Number 9. Now we're going to think about how would I respond in a moment where my dreams are getting fulfilled and I did all the work and I got to my dreams. And what would I do? Would I go on vacation? Would I have fun? Would I be free? What would I do? What were my responses? To be honest, I would get started on my next dream. I have a lot of dreams, and I think if I finally got to a big dream and realized I could let go of my fears and do that dream, you know what? I'm just going to do a whole other dream because now I know I can let go of the fear and I have the ability to do it. So I would start my next dream because I know I can. Notice that I start my next dream and not I would start my next dream. I want to put it in a positive present tense. I start my next dream because I know I can. Okay, so now I'm going to tell the story of whoever this is. Once upon a time, there was a girl. I'm going to choose a girl, myself, where her dreams were fulfilled and she got to see the work she did to get there, and she let go of all her fears. She was able to see her dreams so clearly, and this brought her great joy and satisfaction of a job well done. And because she got there, she was able to start on her next dream because she knows she can. Great story. So now I get to think of who is this person in this story, my number 10. Well, I'm kind of going to keep going on this space traveling theme, even though, again, I don't like space, which is actually why I'm going to go through with it. Sometimes when there's something that doesn't make sense, go with it because there's maybe a hidden message there, something that you're going to work through. Like, I'm scared of space, which means this is probably going to be something that's going to help me go through the subconscious of like, why don't I like space? There's going to be my own little hidden cigar there. So I'm going to go with the theme of space, and I imagine I'm going to go back to my card. This is just me. You don't have to, but this is kind of like an example. I'm going to continue with the thought of space. And, I don't think my traveler is going to get to somewhere on this planet, even though it looks like this planet. I kind of feel like my traveler, who's a space traveler, is going to find a planet of their own. A completely untouched, unruled planet that they're going to be able to do whatever they want with. They're going to create anything they want there. And they're going to become more than just an explorer and like a ruler of their own planet. And that's going to be my number 10. And there's my planet with a little ring around it. Maybe a moon. And this is my new spider model. So now what will we do with the new spider model? Well, first, let's ask a quick question. Let's bring back our old model, or your old model. It'll definitely be your old model. And I want you to, for a moment, compare your number 5 from your old model and your number 5 if you're in a new model. So before I had the wanting child, now I have the scared space traveler. What I want you to do between both and what I'm going to do is think, is there any kind of connection between the two? Any kind of correlation? Anything you can think about why it's the wanting child and why it's now the scared space traveler or whatever your 5 and 5 is? Let's use me as an example again. My wanting child was very kind of like take energy. I want, gimme, just kind of in one place, taking everything. My scared space traveler is more of a kind of like outward energy. Going out is a traveler. I'm going to go out, going to do the work, going to get what I want by working for it. And the energy is a different energy. The wanting child was very high-strung energetic, and the scared space traveler is more of a kind of settled energy, very kind of afraid to move from my space. So it's interesting to see the energy of my wanting child has gone from very kind of in one place saying gimme, and now it's evolved to an energy of saying I'm moving, I will get it for myself, and I've calmed down a little bit, and now I'm just fearful, but I really want to get it for myself. So it's really fascinating to see the differences between the two. And I think they do connect. It's kind of like my wanting child has evolved into a scared space traveler. Now I want you to do the same thing for number 10. So my number 10 was the girl in the meadow. Now my number 10 is ruler of my own planet. From what I can see, the girl in the meadow before was in the meadow, like on Earth, just a space. It was someone who was trying to find a small little space on this vast planet that almost kind of separated herself from everybody else to find peace and quiet. Well, this energy has evolved. This energy is not only am I just someone on my own in a space, but I have an entire planet to myself. So they're still both kind of the same energy, which is interesting. If you think they're both isolated, the girl in the meadow finds peace on her own, and the ruler of her own planet, meaning there's nobody on that planet yet, maybe I want to invite some guests. But at the moment, they're both on their own. But this one first was kind of like finding a space within a space and escaping into it, while this one it's no longer an escape into a space from other people. It's just, I discovered an entire world for myself, and I might not be alone forever. I might start creating homes and a little village. Maybe I'll invite people from other planets to like come hang with me. It is still at the moment kind of the same, solitary, but they both have very different energies to it. One is much more powerful than the other, which much more kind of like hopes and dreams and abilities coming in. So that's really cool to see how they've evolved one for the other. And that's something I would like you to do. Make a note of it, write it down, hold it onto yourself, whatever it is you want to do. The last thing we're going to do here in the spider model is rate your 5 and 10. How we were rating before. Take a look at it and let's see, from 1 to 10, I'm pretty fearful. This is why I wrote this. There's a lot of dreams I have, but I have been kind of scared. So right now, I'm going to be honest, my 5 is like at an 8, I'm kind of scared of moving forward with a few things. Ruler of my planet, that seems great, but I definitely don't feel ruler of my planet yet. That's at a low 2. So we got an 8 and a 2 for my new 5 and 10 IDs. And when I say new, it can mean not necessarily that they're new IDs compared to the other one, that there are new IDs within yourself. They could be evolved. Now, you'll know that. Sometimes you might have 2 separate sets of IDs, or maybe it's your previous IDs that have evolved. Only you will know that. But that's another interesting point that you can ask yourself to see. Are these brand new IDs and the other ones still exist but separate? Or did they evolve into this one? More than likely, they might have evolved into this one, but I'll leave that for your interpretation. So we're kind of almost done here. But what I want to do now is I would very much like to know what number 25 is. So I'm going to go through my number cards and I'm going to find out what number, upside down, 25 is. Okay, so I found my 25 and it's greatness, and I can't help but feel excited because I didn't look at this before. And I love this. My word that I picked out was greatness. That's super cool and exciting, which is why it's really nice to kind of check out the words after you find your images. And it kind of makes sense, I want to get to be the ruler of my own planet, and I'm the space traveler, and I'm looking for greatness. This is what I'm looking for. So, you know what? I'm just going to write that there. Greatness. And for your final task, I want you to go into your own copy of the Tao book and look for the number card you got and read the message. Now, what I did is I went and I printed off the page for my card. Let's see, it's number 25, number 25. And I'm going to read it out. The Four Supremes. There is a thing mysterious and profound born before the heavens above. Formless and silent, standing alone without change, hidden but available to all. Softly hugging without danger, you may call her the mother of the world. Not knowing her name, I will call her Tao. Attempting to describe, I will say that she is always embracing, everlasting, and is in the essence of all. Glowing till the end of the universe, breathing life to the world, 4 supremes exist in the world, and human beings are one of them. The people hold the laws of the land follows the sky is guided by Tao, and the Tao is the keeper of truth. Wow, so just take a moment with this message, this poem, and hear what it's saying to you. I love all the correlations that this has between my cards that I picked, mysteries from heavens above, discovering space, standing alone. Without change is interesting because I want change, but I feel like I'm standing alone. Hidden but available to all, softly hugging without any danger. Mother of the world. I love that. Mother of the world. I feel like I want to create myself as mother of my own world. I think if I wanted to pick a sentence or a phrase or something that I really want to hold to myself, I kind of like this one, glowing till the end of the universe, breathing life to the world. I love this, glowing to the end, like this powerful energy, just that keeps on going, that keeps glowing, and to breathe life into the world, but not just the world, but to my own world, because that's what I want to do. So that would be your last kind of little task or homework here, is to read the poem or message that goes with your card. Really sink into what it's saying. Really accept the message it's bringing towards you. This message of your card that closes the cycle. And once you've done that, congratulations, you've completed your Show Me the Way online course. And as you've noticed, you've actually come full circle in this cycle, almost back to the beginning. So now what does this mean? Well, you have a lot of choices. One, if you feel that this is as far as you want to go and you've kind of worked towards your vision, you feel good about your vision, you feel good about where you are, and you've done your work, you've done your work. However, if this new spider map has really got you excited and maybe asking new questions, or maybe there's something in your vision that you got closer to, but you didn't exactly get right there, or there's something else now that you feel that you might be working on, which makes sense because we're ever changing, this is your chance to start the entire process all over again. Meaning what? Meaning you print off a new emotions map, you go through the whole cycle again. This is week 1, week 2, we work on your memories, work on your vision, put in your vision. You basically do the whole thing all over again and see what great new vision comes up and what new messages come your way. And we really highly suggest you do this because, one, you now have the kit and the abilities, why wouldn't you? But also because we're ever changing and ever growing, and there's always something else. This is basically like diving deeper and deeper and deeper into the layers of ourselves. We are, as Shrek once said, we are all like onions with different layers and layers and layers underneath. And feel that every time you do a show me cycle, you're peeling off one layer of yourself to work towards the next one, or get to know yourself, or advance closer to what you want. And each cycle, you're just digging deeper and deeper and deeper and finding more clarification and doing more self-building work. So this is up to you. You can leave it here, but I highly suggest you keep going. This is a very exciting process, and there's always something new to learn. So that being said, you are at the end of your Show Me game. Like I had said, I hope you had an amazing time with us for the past 9 or 12 weeks, whatever you chose. If you decide that this is something you'd really like to practice as a practitioner, head over to our Show Me the Way Academy page and you'll be able to see the process, the courses we offer, so that you too can get your certification as a Show Me the Way practitioner and you can start practicing with others. There is a process and it's available to you, so go take a look. But other than that, if this is as far as you come, I'm so happy that I was able to be here with you through your journey. Thank you for everything. Bye.